Welcome to the House at Hammer, built by the nation for the nation. Welcome to Raider Nation News today. We're moments away from the start of the press conference. You guys are going to be able to hear it live. Michael Mayer and Luke Masterson are going to be taking the podium. Those that are in here right now, you already know the routine. Those that are new in here, I'm going to learn you real quick. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, and smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. I got the alert that this presser was going on, so I was like, why the hell not do a live earlier? We will be live again tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time. It's your show. It's our weekly Beast and Best call-in show where we hear from you, Raider Nation. So I hope you guys pull up for that as well. Let me just do a quick roll call. I see Sean Johnson, Ruben Russ, Cheatown Raider, the Demon King of the nation, Jason Hunter's in the building, Christopher Munoz, Bill Gates, and John, what is good? Let me see if I'm in the right chat. Yeah, I'm in the right one. We're good to go. So those that were around for Graphs Live on Saturday, you guys already know the Raiders defeated the LA Rams in LA, our second home, 34-17. Another really solid performance out of Aiden O'Connell. Another really good solid performance out of our defense. Isaiah Palomalo with that pick six. It was a beautiful thing, definitely a beautiful thing. Saw a little bit of his presser after the game. He was so excited. I don't know if that's a real word. Excited. Real humble kid too. This is a guy that we talked about throughout the offseason. Look, he put on weight. Oh, he's going to be put in the box. You can put him in the box. You can let him continue to play safety. He could be another one of those rotational pieces. But I was definitely happy with his performance. Bill Gates asks, has Jacorian Bennett played in the preseason? He's played. He's looked solid. Even on special teams, he laid out the returner for the 49ers in the first preseason game. A guy that I've been high on, same as Drake Thomas. He's been a dog throughout this preseason. But I know a lot of people are already going after the measurables. Oh, he's too short. He's too small. He's not going to be able to do this and do that at the next level. But look, let him continue to put that work in and let him prove all the doubters wrong. You guys know I'm here for it. Another guy that I've had on the radar, another guy that I've talked about ad nauseum. I'm very, very happy with his performance throughout this preseason as well. I'm really hoping he makes his 53-man roster. Let me pull up the YouTube. Okay. Just looking at the rotating shield, so they'll be on shortly. Let's get into that content. Thor was good, bro. See you in a month. Because I'll just say John, that's why. Trying to get me on the pause-worthy stuff. I'm trying to avoid the pause-worthy stuff. Hug these. Happy, there you go. We put Darian Butler on IR. Season is over. It's an unfortunate loss. Second year in the league. Speedy recovery, and hope to see you back next year. Black Tide Raider, salute, salute, salute. LV, what's good, bro? Hammer, my brother. Let me take you back 7 months ago. I asked who your dream pick at 7 was, and you said Tyree Wilson. Spook. Look. And as a result of that, there's a certain content creator that actually owes me a flight to Dallas. A shout out to my big bro, Graph. And again, me and Graph will be live later tonight for our Beast and Best weekly call-in show. Luis, what's good? AOD is definitely looking really, really good, man. I think he meant C, but I got you. You know, I've already said it. Ayo. That's what I'm going with from here on out when it comes to Aiden O'Connell. Ayo. That's it. I might even have to find the Freddie Mercury little clip of him doing it at Live Aid with Ayo. I like that. Shit's dope. Still waiting for this presser. Appreciate everybody that's in here right now. And I apologize to you guys. Look, you guys are my second family. One of my closest friends had his fight on Saturday night, and I was going to cover it, and then kind of felt guilty. Shut it off, came back over to Graph's play-by-play of the game, and unfortunately, my boy lost the bantamweight title. It was definitely a huge surprise, but please don't take it or hold it against me. You guys know how much I love my team. I love this franchise, but that's family as well, and I'm always going to support them. So I sincerely apologize for not being at full attention for you guys for the full 60 minutes of our preseason game. Granted, it's preseason. I had the opportunity to watch it. Again, I steered off and came right back to you guys. Again, I really apologize for that. Ronnie, salute. Louis said, "Ayo, it is." There you go. Jason, we got to talk because I'm still trying to find out. Are we going to see you next month? Are you going to be out there week 3, bro? Ryan, salute, salute, salute. Raiders. Let me play the sound clip. I feel like I'm losing my voice, and I don't know how the hell that happened. Shout out to Hug D's on the 499 Super. Aaron, my guy, how's life? How's the fam? How's the monster among pups? Hoping it's treating you all well. God bless, my friend. Appreciate you, brother. Everything is well. Little man is knocked out as usual. And I'm just here with you guys for a little bit. We're going to do this presser. We'll break it down as it goes on. I'm probably going to run right off afterwards. And again, I'll be live again in another 2.5 hours. So, I'm going to have to go eat and try to, again, I don't know why I feel like I'm losing my voice right now. This is terrible, but I will be back tonight. We'll probably do an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to see how everything goes with that. Shout out to Sean again. The Raiders have had the number 3 performing offense in the NFL this preseason, according to PFF. Look, I'm here for it. I'm happy for it. And again, you have a guy in Aiden O'Connell, a 4th round drafted quarterback who's shining and looking better than all these other quarterbacks that went in front of him. So, look, great pocket presence, great poise. He's not shying away from shit.
Rest, man. You made my day.
He's only a rookie. So in time, things are gonna be a lot. We'll be in for a surprise. I can put it that way. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's capable of in the NFL. I'm absolutely excited to see what he can do for us moving forward. Shout out to, because I just saw this pop up as well, Man Down. Thank you for becoming a new subscriber. As you guys can see up top, we're on that road to 10K. Those that are in here, if you haven't already, I'm really dying over here. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, and smash the bell. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's do this together. I have it set, I think, 10K by Super Bowl, but if I do all these games this year, if I'm doing live play-by-play, I think it could happen a lot sooner because I know you guys and the nation as a whole, got people that haven't subscribed, have really enjoyed the play-by-play with everything I've brought to the table for you guys. So appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Better walk that dog before he eats the door frame. Yeah, he sleeps all day now, so I don't have to worry about that, bro. LV, shout out to you. Who are you most concerned about that gets waived while we sweat bullets for? I heard Mike and Graf during Coffee and Convo earlier, and they were having that conversation about certain guys, and they were saying about potentially severing ties and saving $2 million, cutting Brandon Faison. So I don't know right now. I've talked about a lot of guys, and I've also have given you guys my opinion, players I think are going to be cut. I really think right now as it stands, once we get down to that 53-man roster and we could really sit here and discuss everything and break down everything, I can tell you when certain names pop up of guys that were cut, I can be like, okay, this guy didn't have making this team. That guy didn't have making the team. Now all of a sudden I'm hearing really good things about Kuntz. I'm a little surprised. I'm curious to see if he's going to make this roster. I still think he's on the bubble. Another one this one might be a shocker to you guys, but Nesta Silvara, I think he's another guy that's on the bubble right now. Either he's going to go to the practice squad or he's going to get outright cut. Any thoughts on the upcoming Grasso, Shevchenko? Not yet, Black Tide. And honestly, I think I might steer away from doing the UFC fights. At least on this channel. I think we might create a backup just to do the UFC and WWE and all that other stuff, but we'll see. Ryan, appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you. And shout out to Chuck Taylor. Phenomenal job on the new intro. If you guys are coming in and if you haven't seen it, maybe I'll play it momentarily. Still waiting for this presser to start. Still looking at a rotating shield, so we're good for the time being. Let me see. 35 in the chat, 6 likes. Come on, y'all. Hit that like button. Let's go. Break them thumbs. Y'all know what it is. I'm worried about Adam Plant. He's got one more game, man. Let's see what he can do. Because he's a guy that, look, everybody in Vegas, everybody that lives in Vegas is rooting for this kid. Homegrown talent. They would love for him to make the roster. He's got one more game to show and prove. So I hope he stands out this coming weekend against the Cowboys. How many players can we protect on the practice squad each week? Because we definitely going to have some players we need to protect after we cut down to 53. I believe it's 4 or 5 that we can legit protect. We got to wait. I believe it's 4 or 5 at the most. Again, it's going to be very, very tough because I know there's going to be guys that get put on the practice squad that we know we don't want to see get picked up by another team. So we're going to have to try to handcuff them, but we'll see. Nation's Finest said I'm in the place to be. Salute, salute, salute. Shout out to Kerry on the $5 super. The new intro is fire. Appreciate you. I'm with you. Needs to blaze. There you go. You know what? Since we got time before
Breast milk, you made my day.
Just give me a thumbs up right now, especially if you guys haven't seen it. Should I just play the intro real quick? I'm not going anywhere, but do you guys want me to play the intro for those that haven't seen it yet? Do you guys want to see the new intro? Bourbon is back. Let's go. What is good, bro? Welcome home. Still waiting for the suppressor. So if you guys want me to play it, I'll play it real quick. So one of our favorites. Any news on the Jacobs front? No. Like, you know, there were reports that were out there yesterday that he's expected to return to the facility for week 1. And he pretty much just shot that down like, I didn't say that, so whoever's saying that is insane. All right, so let's play it real quick for you guys. Let me mute myself, and here you guys go. This is the new intro for Raider Nation News today, courtesy of Chuck Taylor. Here it is, guys, and I'm not going anywhere, so don't leave. There you guys go. The new intro again. Shout out to Chuck Taylor. A phenomenal job on this intro. Brought a little bit of my home, New York. And of course, we had to throw Vegas in there. I cover the Raiders, right? So again, shout out to Chuck Taylor on a phenomenal job. I am so happy with this new intro. Like, you guys have no idea. He shot it down, then deleted his comment, trolling hard. Come on, bro. We know that's what he does. Eagle Terry and salute, bro. I feel like I haven't seen you in the chat in a while. Salute. I'm glad the bourbon is home safe. Thank you for your service, and I'm glad that he's back in the house that Hammer built. Appreciate you being back in here, bro. Nation's Finest. That shit is fire. That's a fact. I appreciate you. Eddie Alvarez, that shit slapping hella hard. You guys are awesome, man. I appreciate all of y'all in here right now. Again, we're still waiting for this presser to start. I know somebody probably has it like, oh, they're starting now. As soon as it comes on, you guys are going to hear the full audio. Again, they had it scheduled for 5:30. That's why I popped on in at 5:30. And we're still dragging it right now. So, you know what? I'm going to ask one of you guys. It doesn't matter who it is, but you guys have to come back. But I'm going to ask you guys a favor. One person, whoever wants to be that person, raise your hand. Somebody go into the Raiders YouTube chat right now and just let everybody know the press is being held here and get people over here as well. Let's just have some fun. My 53-man roster. We actually did that a while back. Nation's Finest. It would be really, really tough for me to try to do it on the fly. I can give you an idea, at least. You know what? Let's try to do this real quickly. Quarterbacks, apparently it's still up in the air, but realistically, I think we know it's Jimmy G. And I'm talking about the backup at this point. Backup is going to most likely be AO. Third string, obviously, is going to be Hoyer. Garbers is going to be gone. Just make sure to come back, guys, please. Appreciate you, John. Running backs, I much rather see 4, maybe 5, but not 6. Jacobs, Zeus, Abdullah, Bolden. Jakob is a fullback, but I guess you throw him in that. If they add another one, I think Sincere goes back to the practice squad. I'm not too sure about Britton Brown right now. Receivers, you got Tay, you got Jacoby Myers, you got Renfro, DeAndre Carter, Trey, that's 5. It could be Philip Dorsett or Cam Sims. That's going to be very, very... That's a battle right there because we do have a really nice receiving room right now. I'm happy with what these guys have done. Yes, I did not mention Keelan Cole because I ultimately don't think Keelan Cole makes it, but we'll see. Kane Town, shut the hell up. You asshole. He has to start, doesn't he? No, exactly, Kane Town. I thought I was doing a good job, but then I looked up and saw more of it. Danny boy, salute, salute, salute. All right, so I just gave you quarterbacks, I gave you receivers, I gave you running backs, and obviously our fullback, which there's only a handful of them left in the league. They're like dinosaurs. They're slowly becoming an extinct position. Offensive line, I've told you guys my starters, and I'm still sticking with where I have it on the left side anyways. Colton Miller, Dylan Parham, Andre James, right guard. It's a toss-up. It could be Van Rotten. It could be Mumford. And, of course, Illuminor is going to be at the right. I think McClendon Curtis, I think Muti and Bars probably make the roster in regards to that depth chart on the offensive line. Defensively, linebackers, Spillane, Masterson. I'm pulling for Bernie. I'm pulling for Drake Thomas. I think that's probably going to be the 4. I said Diablo's. Hold on. Diablo, Spillane, Masterson, Bernie, Thomas. I think it's going to be 5. They'll keep Dorsett over Sims. Red zone goes through Adams, Myers, Renfro, and Mayer. See, Grizz, that big body in Cam Sims with that height, and you saw what he came down with last weekend against the Rams. Like, he is another guy that could be a very, very good red zone option. Like, we had a guy similar to that last year, and Mr. Feet, Mac Hollins. I almost forgot his name for some reason, but Mac Hollins was that guy. Hold up, we're already starting, guys.
Playing tougher, more consistent. It certainly has appeared to me watching all the practice and games that you're doing that. Do you agree? And talk about how far you think this side of the ball has advanced, please.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Let me know that you guys can hear it
this offseason, emphasizing what they want this year, and I think all the guys have bought in, starting in OTAs and all the way through now. I think it's a mindset, and we're all buying in and just trying to get better every day.
Thumbs up that you guys
You
can hear it.
personally, how much did your success at the end of last year
kind of help you roll things over to the offseason and into the training camp?
I mean, playing last year definitely helped, but I think it's a day-to-day process, and I think it doesn't matter what you did; it's about what you're doing. So I'm trying to just get better every day and focus on the day.
What would you describe the mindset as?
The mindset of the defense.
Yeah, you said that the mindset that you guys have bought into. What would you?
I think we're trying to get the ball. We're playing hard. I just going all out every play. I think that's the standard. I think to play defense you have to do that, and I think we're all buying in.
What does a Marcus Epps, a Marcus Peters, and a Robert Spillane bring to this team?
They're great leaders. They demand the standard every day. They do it themselves, which is great. It's great to see your leaders, make plays and hold themselves to the standard. And I think they do that every day, so it's easy to follow them.
Anything else?
You talked about you want to forget the past, just make your own future, I guess. But how different does it feel now compared to where you were last year at this time?
I mean, it definitely feels different, having some experience, having a better understanding of the defense, better understanding of NFL football in general. But I still have a ton to learn, and trying to learn from the vets, learn from our coaches every day,
I'm sorry, that's
and
Masterson
continuously improve.
What are some things that you've just seen so far in preseason that you really like about this team moving forward?
I just love the energy. I think every day people come to work, they're ready to work every single day. That transitions into game day. The energy is great. Everybody wants to make plays for each other. We want to play for each other, play for the coaches. The energy is great, and it's really exciting.
Do you think the energy is a little heightened just because it's the guy's second year in the system with Graham, so they kind of know a little bit more what they're doing?
Yeah, I mean, that definitely helps. I think everyone's just very motivated this year, and the energy is just awesome.
I'm sure you guys' energy and mentality are feeding off each other defensively, but I know a lot of it starts up front. It seems like you guys have done some really good things on the defensive line. There's a lot of depth there this year. What's impressed you about that group in front of you?
They've done a great job. Coaches have done a great job. Players have done a great job. They're stopping the run right now really well. They bought into, and it's really fun to play behind them at linebacker. It's fun to see the growth, and they've done a great job.
Would almost be fair to say, like last year, you believed you could do it, you could play at this level. Now you know you can.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to have that confidence if you're going to play in the league. You have to know that you can do it. I think obviously playing a year, going into the second year, that confidence elevates a little bit, but still it's just a daily process, and trying to continuously improve the things I need to work on every day.
That's good.
Thank you, guys.
All right, there you guys go. That was Luke Masterson to start it off. And Grizz, I got this actually, if I remember correctly. I think I got it at the Raider Image in Vegas. It seems every time I go out to Vegas, I come out with a new hat. So yeah, I think I actually left Vegas in April with three new hats. Shout out to Residency. Shout out to Counterfeit, and shout out to the Raider Image. I have a problem. Wait a sec. Oh my God, look who's in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, the resident masshole. Yes, he's a Patriots fan. Don't hurt him for that. Beantown Bobby is in the building. Salute, salute, salute. Now we're just waiting to hear from Michael Mayer. I'm really curious to hear what he has to say, but the things I could take away from Masterson, and Masterson is a guy that I talked about earlier in the offseason where I said, like, this guy could absolutely have a breakout year for us this coming season, and I still believe that. The coaching, I don't know if it's the coaching staff more than the vets or the vets more than the coaching staff, but, like, I do think it's the vets. I do think it's the captains of this team that are holding each and every single one of their teammates accountable. And that's the one thing I'm loving. These guys are bringing in this amazing energy day in, day out for practices. We see what they've done in these first two preseason games. We got a small sample of Jimmy G on Saturday, and I think everybody was happy with that. But this is incredibly exciting right now. Am I still optimistic? Yes, but I'm also being as positive as I can, because I love what I'm seeing out of these guys already. Like, again, I think that this front office did a very good job building this foundation between veterans. You mixed veterans, you mixed rookies, Patrick Graham getting the pieces that he needed for this, for his defense, and having an influx of depth when it comes to that defensive line. I'm still a little nervous about our linebacking core, but I like what we have with our defensive line right now, and I think that we are going to start
Open for questions for Mike.
Mike is
We
up
didn't get a
next.
chance to talk to you
Listen
after
up.
that first day of pads. Kind of saw that you were lined up against Max Crosby. Felt like it was one of those welcome to the NFL moments. Was that kind of?
It was. It was, yeah. First day of pads, my technique was all over the place. I haven't been hitting in 4, 5, 6 months, and he showed it, and I got embarrassed. And I think that was definitely my welcome to the NFL moment. From there, I'm just trying to get better, trying to learn from it. I've gotten extremely better just going against Max in practice every single day. He's bringing it. I'm trying to bring it as much as I can, and I know it's going to help me this season and in the long run.
Was there an appreciation for? I mean, I know that it's tough to go through that, but was there an appreciation for it afterwards? And did you guys talk about it?
No, we didn't talk about it. I hope there's an appreciation on his end. There is on mine for sure. He's making me better every single day I'm out there.
You got drafted. You talked about going into your last year at Notre Dame. You really wanted to emphasize improving as a blocker. How does that kind of carry over to the NFL, adjusting to bigger, stronger?
Yeah, I'm learning every day. I'm learning a lot. It's different. It's definitely different. That's probably the biggest thing I've noticed coming from college to the NFL now. The blocking technique that you got to have. I'm learning it every day. I'm improving at it every day. And there's a lot I need to get better at in terms of that too. So that's one of my main focuses right now for sure.
Like when people talk about you, they use the word teachable. A lot of guys get drafted high. That's not the case. Where does that come from? Have you always been that way? Where's that?
I think I grew up that way, and I think it's the way I was raised. And I think I was also born that way a little bit. That's just kind of it's instilled into me, if you know what I mean. And so coming to the football field every day since I was 3, 4, 5 years old, it's always been kind of what can I get better at? What can I learn from? What is the coach? What is the teacher? What are they trying to say to me right now? And Coach Jerry's done a great job with that. Coach Lombardi and Coach McDaniels have all been there really helping me improve, helping me get the offense down. That's another whole section category that we could talk about is me really trying to get this offense down and play as confident as I can out there. And so we're getting there.
Right. Well, it seems like you've hit the ground running as a receiver, and I know you said that's something that comes more naturally to you. What do you think makes you a tough runner out there?
I think I use my big body very well. I can get into guys. I can burst off of guys. I can understand their movements. I can understand, is he going to have outside leverage here, inside leverage? What do I need to do? Where do I need to stem? Things like that. And I could do that very well in college because of how much I knew the offense and how much I was – after the first year of starting there, my freshman year, I kind of knew everything the next 2 years. So I could really do what I wanted to do in my route game and really understand concepts and things like that. So I'm trying to get that down here as much as I can too.
When it comes to the blocking end of it, still learning the offense, and then as a tight end, you're blocking everyone from defensive tackles, defensive ends, cornerback, safeties, whatever the case might be. The thought process that you have to do pre-snap and then deal with whoever you have to deal with. Is that a challenge, and do you feel like you're getting better at it?
100%. 100%. It's been a challenge since the first day of camp. That's something I'm going into practice every single day, trying to get better at. Trying not to think so much, trying to learn from my mistakes. Because really the last thing I want to do is go out on the line and have to think so much to where I'm playing slower than I usually play. And so I'm trying to stay away from that as much as possible.
At Notre Dame, you were the big fish. The offense ran through you. Here, there's a bunch of stars. So you just have to contribute. How much does that make you better that you don't have to go carry the load? You've got a bunch of great players around you.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's just me coming to the facility every single day and trying to play the best ball I can play. Do whatever they're asking me to do.
Michael Mayer.
Come in and improve as much as I can and things like that. And for me, everything will work out. And they know what I can do, and I know what I can do. So at the end of the day, it's about coming in here and trying to improve every day.
I know nothing comes easily, but you said the blocking technique's been one of the hardest things to adjust to, the biggest difference in the NFL. You talked about your history as a receiver. Has it been a little bit easier? Do you think you've picked up on the receiving end quicker, and why is that?
I wouldn't say I picked up on it quickly. I would say there's still a big learning gap in the blocking game and in the route game, coming to the league. With anybody, I feel like anybody would say that. But for me, at least, in the offseason, being able to run routes like I want to run routes and have quarterbacks throw me the ball. It's a little bit easier than in the offseason, training for the combine, doing things like that, doing a bunch of blocking stuff. So therefore, I was getting way more work with quarterbacks and route running before the combine and after the combine before I got here for camping in the spring. So it just came a little bit more naturally.
Now that you've had some time in this offense, what are the things that you like about it in terms of how it uses the tight end?
We do a lot of stuff. We got to know a lot of stuff. We do a lot of stuff. All 11 guys are dependent upon each other, so everybody has to know what they're doing. If one person messes up, it can screw up the entire play, and that starts with the quarterback, and it goes all the way down. So I got to really know what I need to do. Every other tight end in the room needs to know what they need to do, and that's kind of why I love this offense. It's very dependent upon everybody, so everybody has to know what they're doing.
Got a chance to play on Saturday, started the game, blocked a little bit, caught a pass. What was your experience like? How did you come out of that game?
It was good. It was good to get the first one under the belt for sure. I had a lot of fun. They were a great team. It was fun to be out there with Jimmy on that first series. But like I've been saying, I got my first little action in under me, but at this point it's keep improving, trying to get as better as I can and learn the playbook as much as I can and things like that.
On the back end of that, even though it's just a preseason game, was there any nerves going in, and then you felt like once you made that catch, you kind of got settled in a little bit?
I think after the first play, I always settle in pretty well. That's what I've always told people. I got nerves for every game. That's just kind of how it is. I care about playing well. I care about the game of football. I want to do well for my team and my coaches. So I always got nerves going to games, and even probably coming into practice, I got some nerves. So once I get out there, get that first play, second play under my belt, I'm kind of just out there playing ball, doing what I've been doing my whole life.
Michael, Josh has a lot in the playbook to start, but he's one of the few coaches in the NFL that adds voluminous amount week to week. How important is it, especially as a rookie, to have that down going into the season?
It's huge. It's huge. Because you're not going to play if you don't have it down. You know what I mean? So you got to have it down. They're gonna demand that you have it down, and I'm in the process of that right now, and I'm going to get it down. I can tell you that.
You have a cool family history of three guys getting drafted in different sports. Are you close with your cousin? And does your granddad have any stories growing up about you?
I am, yeah. So we grew up like 10 minutes outside of Cincinnati. And my cousin, Luke Masterson, he actually plays for the Reds right now, which is something that's really, really special. He was kind of that older brother. I got an older brother that's 2 years older than me, but my cousin Luke was like 10 years older than me. So he was the one that was really playing sports. I was going to all his high school sports when I was really young. And then he went on to play at Kentucky. And we actually talk a lot. We text back and forth. He's kind of helped me out with being a rookie. What do you need to do? What does it take? Things like that. Because he was in my shoes at one point. I know it's different. He was in the minor leagues. But he's been helping me tremendously through that. And, I got a great family. I got great friends, great people at home that really help me out all the time, anytime I need it. My mom's great, so that's what it's been about for me. Improving as much as I can playing football while staying connected to my family and friends, to trying to kind of get me through camp and get the season rolling.
Michael, how difficult is it to learn all the verbiage of Josh's offense? I mean, it's one thing to learn a playbook; it's another to learn all the verbiage. How difficult is that?
It's not easy. I mean, I'll just say that straight up. I know in college my offense was very, very simple. 1-2 word things. Here there's a lot more that goes into it. There's checks, there's alerts, there's things like that, reloads. And so it's just about repetition for me. Really repetition. If I fail at it, all right, cool. I'm going to go back and do it again until I get it. And that's kind of my mindset. That's my mentality as of right now. We got one more preseason game left. And so I'm really trying to wrap my mind around this offense and really get it down before the season starts.
Obviously, you're not the first Notre Dame great tight end to wear number 87 for the Raiders. I just want to know, how many conversations have you had with Dave Casper, and kind of what's been his advice, from the time you've been in college and now being with the Raiders?
Yeah, in the spring, when we had that alumni dinner when all the players came back, me and Dave sat by each other at the same table. We had conversations for hours about football, about life, about everything. Since he played, the game of football has evolved tremendously. So he was asking tons of questions on, why do you guys do this? Why do you do that? We did this back then. We did that back then, and that worked for us. So we were kind of walking through that. We were explaining to each other why we kind of do some of the things we do. But he's a great contact to have, and I'll be able to hit him up. And I know if he wants to talk, he'll be able to hit me up too.
Michael, when you have the amount of success that you had in college, obviously you're going to get a lot of attention. Going to the draft, there's talk of you maybe being the first tight end. When two guys get picked in front of you, is that something that motivates you? Are you going to measure yourself against them? I know you get to play both of them this year too.
No, it's not something that I think about every day, that I try to motivate myself. Look, I would come here and do the same thing if I was the fifth tight end taken or if I was the first. That's just kind of how I'm wired. That's how I am. I like to focus on myself, focus on what I can do to improve. That sort of thing is just kind of out of my control. That's not anything I put any thought to. Was I a little mad draft night? Maybe, but the next day I woke up, got drafted by a great organization, and now I'm here in a great offense with a great coach, and we're just trying to get better every day.
You said you and Max didn't talk after that first day of pads, but he shared some really high praise for you, so I'm guessing you got to know him a little bit. What's that relationship like? What's it been like with him?
He's the biggest routine guy that I've ever met in my entire life. And I think that sets an example for me and the entire rookie class, and honestly the entire team. That dude, he's eating healthy every single day. I know I get in here early. He's in here early with me every single day. He's in here late with me every single day. That's somebody that you really want to follow. You want to be behind when he's leading because you know he's going to lead the right way and do the right things. So it's somebody that I've really tried to look upon what he's doing on his everyday routine and schedule and try to mimic, does this work for me? Does that work for me? But he's been great since the first day I got here. I remember the second I got drafted, he DM'd me and said, "Congratulations, man, let's go." I said hi to him the first day we were here, and it's been good. And we're going to have battles all season long, probably.
Expensive
You
as
can
hell,
wrap your
Bobby.
head around catching the ball from a
Expensive as
Purdue guy, Aiden O'Connell. And what are your thoughts about your fellow rookie quarterback?
Yeah. First of all, we played Purdue at home 2 years ago. I think Aiden played a little bit that game, so we always joke about that because we beat him up pretty good. But he's been great. I've been very impressed with Aiden. His composure is something that I've never really seen before in a rookie that just got here. He's got great composure. He's got great control. When you're in the huddle with him, you can hear him clearly. You know what he's saying, and he's got that confidence in his voice and that confidence in his the way he's standing and being in the huddle. That we're gonna make this thing work. This is our play. This is what we're doing right here. Focus right now. Do the best on this play you can. And he doesn't panic. He could throw a pick. He doesn't panic. And that's what I love about him. That's what you really want out of a quarterback too.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Wow. All right, so Elite mentioned it before, and salute to her. This is the first time we have heard Michael Mayer talk since he was drafted, and I'm excited now. I really like this kid. Very humble kid, and obviously he is a no plays taken off type of guy. There was somebody that gave me these words of advice years ago, and I've always stuck with these words. They've stuck with me for over 15 years now. Do your job so nobody has the opportunity to take your crown. And that's exactly the same type of mindset that Michael Mayer has. I'm real excited to see what this kid brings to the table as our new starting tight end this coming season. Everything he said, how he's learned so much already. He's still learning, but he's incredibly a coachable player. The praise that he gave Max, the praise that he gave our rookie quarterback, and how Aiden O'Connell is already getting the respect from his teammates. They're listening to him. He's got that poise, that composure when he's out on the field. I'm excited, man. I'm incredibly excited. Whether he's a starter, whether he's a backup, I'm excited for Aiden O'Connell. I'm very happy with this draft class that we have right now. Some very young kids that are willing to learn. They're feeding off of one another, and this isn't just the rookies, but this team as a whole right now. These guys are feeding off of one another. They're building each other up. Like I said, every practice, every preseason game we've played so far, there's a different energy around this facility. There's a different energy around this locker room right now, and everything is pointing up. So I'm incredibly excited right now, especially hearing what we just heard from Michael Mayer. Let's see. We've been on a little over a half hour, 43 minutes to be exact. I appreciate you guys. We will be back in a little under 2 hours unless unless you guys want me to stick around for another maybe 15 minutes and we open up the vault line to you guys for a little bit. Thumbs up, thumbs down. If not, we'll wrap it up and we'll be back on at 8 o'clock with Graph. You guys let me know what you want to do. I always tell you guys I'm a man of the people. If you guys want me to open up the vault line, I'll be more than glad to open up the vault line for you guys for a little bit. Or we could wait until later tonight. Mr. Raider 42, salute, salute, salute. You guys know I hate the dead air, so I'm waiting for a thumbs up or something. At least I'll see you in a couple hours. All right, there we go. All right. So, yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. Before I do, we got another super chat from Beantown. When I coach, I used to tell my guys that the game is won or lost on 5 plays, and you don't know which 5, so you got to play them all. That's some good words of wisdom as well. I'd save the thunder for the call-in show. Okay. I appreciate you guys. And Beantown, again, thank you for the super chat. We will be back in a little under 2 hours. On your way out, if you haven't already, break them thumbs, hammer them subs, and smash the bell to stay up to date with all your latest news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. In the house of Hammer built by the nation, for the nation, Raider Nation News Today. Of course, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. See you guys in a few hours, and I'll leave you with that new intro once again, courtesy of Chuck Taylor. See you guys in a little bit.